Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good afternoon. We have previously noted our strong concerns regarding Russian disinformation and the likelihood that Moscow might seek to create, a false flag operation to initiate military activity. Now, we can say that the United States has information that Russia is planning to stage fabricated attacks by Ukrainian military or intelligence forces as a pretext for a further invasion of Ukraine. One possible option the Russians are considering, and which we made public today, involves the production of a propaganda video, a video with graphic scenes of false explosions depicting corpses, crisis actors pretending to be mourners, and images of destroyed locations or military equipment, entirely fabricated by Russian intelligence. To be clear, the production of this propaganda video is one of a number of options that the Russian government is developing as a fake pretext to initiate and potentially justify military aggression against Ukraine. We don't know if Russia will necessarily use this or another option in the coming days. We are publicizing it now, however, in order to lay bare the extent of Russia's destabilizing actions towards Ukraine and to dissuade Russia from continuing this dangerous campaign and ultimately launching a military attack. Russia has signaled it's willing to continue diplomatic talks as a means to de-escalate, but actions such as these suggest otherwise. We will continue to diligently work together with our allies and partners to expose Russian disinformation and other hybrid tactics used against Ukraine. We continue to work to prevent any effort Moscow might make to justify further military action in Ukraine. We again urge Russia to stop its destructive and destabilizing disinformation campaign, to de-escalate tensions, and to engage in diplomacy and dialogue for a peaceful solution. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, well, that's quite a mouthful there. So you said actions such as these suggest otherwise, suggest meaning they suggest they're not interested in talks and they're going to go ahead with some kind of a... What action are you talking about?
One, the actions I've just pointed to.
What action?
The fact that Russia continues to engage in disinformation
campaigns.
campaigns.
You made an allegation that they might do that. Have they actually done it?
What we know, Matt, is what I have just said, that they have engaged in this activity, in this planning activity. But let me because obviously this is not the first time we've made these reports public. You'll remember that just a few weeks ago.
I'm sorry. Made what report public?
If you'll let me finish, I will tell you what report we made public. We told you a few weeks ago that we have information indicating Russia also has already prepositioned a group of operatives to conduct a false flag operation in eastern Ukraine. So that, Matt, to your question, is an action that Russia has already taken.
It's an action that you say that they have taken, but you have shown no evidence to confirm that. And I'm going to get to the next question here, which is, what is the evidence that they... I mean, this is like crisis actors, really? This is like Alex Jones territory you're getting into now. What evidence do you have to support the idea that there is some propaganda film in the making?
Matt, this is derived from information known to the U.S. government, intelligence information that we have declassified. I think you know...
Okay, well, where is it? Where is this information?
It is intelligence information that we have declassified.
Well, where is it? Where's the declassified information?
I just delivered it.
No, you made a series of allegations and statements.
Would you like us to print out the topper? Because you will see a transcript of this briefing that you can print out for yourself.
That's not evidence, Ned. That's you saying it. That's not evidence. I'm sorry.
What would you like, Matt?
I would like to see some proof that you you can show that
Matt, you have been
that shows that the Russians are doing this. Ned, I've been doing this for a long time.
I know, that was my point. You have been doing this for quite a while. You know that when we declassify intelligence information, we do so in a means. We do so with an eye to protecting sources and methods.
Is not going to fall. I remember a lot of things. So where is the declassified information other than you coming out here and saying?
Matt, I'm sorry you don't like the format, but we have
It's not the
declassified.
format, it's the content.
I'm sorry you don't like the content. I'm sorry
It's
you.
not that I
I'm
don't
sorry
like
you
it
are
or
doubting the information that is in the possession of the U.S. government.
No,
What I'm telling you is that this is information that's available to us. We are making it available to you in order for a couple reasons. One is to attempt to deter the Russians from going ahead with this activity. Two, in the event we're not able to do that, in the event the Russians do go ahead with this, to make it clear as day, to lay bare the fact that this has always been an attempt on the part of the Russian Federation to fabricate a pretext.
Yeah, but you don't have any evidence to back it up other than what you're saying. It's like you're saying, we think we have information the Russians may do this, but you won't tell us what the information is. And then when you're asked,
that is the idea behind deterrence, Matt. That is the
when
idea
you're
behind
asked-
deterrence.
and when
It
you're
is our
asked-
hope that the
and when
Russians
you're
don't
asked
go
what the
forward with
information
this.
is, you say, I just gave it to you. But that's not what...
You seem not
That's
to
not the way it
understand.
works.
You seem not to
No,
understand the
Ned,
idea
you
of
don't
deterrence.
understand.
We are
You
trying
seem
to
not to
deter
understand the
the
idea
Russians
of-
from moving forward with this type of activity. That is why we're making it public today. If the Russians don't go forward with this, that is not ipso facto an indication that they never had plans to do so.
But then it's unprovable. I mean, my God, what is the evidence that you have that suggests that the Russians are even planning this?
Matt,
I mean, I'm not
you-
saying that they're not, but you just come out and say this and expect us just to believe it without you showing a shred of evidence that it's actually true. Other than when I ask, or when anyone else asks, what's the information? You said, well, I just gave it to you, which was just you making a statement.
Matt, you said yourself, you've been in this business for quite a long time. You know that when we make information, intelligence information public, we do so in a way that protects sensitive sources and methods. You also know that we declassify information only when we're confident in that information.
Ned, you haven't
If
made
you doubt,
any
if you doubt the credibility of the U.S. government, of the British government, of other governments, and want to find solace in information that the Russians are
Solace?
putting out, that is
don't
for
wanna-
you to do.
I'm not asking what the Russian government is putting out, and what do you
John.
mean? What is it supposed to mean?
Video because U.S. officials are describing.
And then one last thing. Like, I'm not buying into Russian propaganda, but I'm also not going to buy into
I'm not asking you
an
to-
accusation. Yes, you are. You're saying the proof is that I just said it. So let me just appeal to you on behalf of all of us, and the American people, and the people of the world, and the Russian people, and the Ukrainian people. One piece of evidence to suggest that the Russians are planning to use crisis actors to stage a false mass casualty event to use as a pretext. Just one piece, okay? And not you or Kirby or Jen or John Feiner or Jake saying this is what is so, and then you turning around and saying, well, because we said it, it's a fact.
So let me
Just one
let-
piece of
let me
one
make-
piece of verifiable evidence.
Let me make a couple broad points, and I acknowledge this will probably be unsatisfactory to you in the moment, but here's what I think you know, what I certainly know, what everyone here knows. There are 100,000 Russian troops encircling Ukraine right now, approaching Ukraine's borders, close to the borders. There are thousands of Russian troops, with the potential for some 30,000 Russian troops to stream in to Belarus. All of these forces are positioned, could well be positioned, if Putin makes that decision, to engage on Ukraine in a coordinated assault. We also know that the Russians have resorted to these tactics in the past, have developed a remarkably similar playbook in 2014, amassed troops, engaged in 2014, it is a historical fact, engaged in disinformation and propaganda to paint Ukraine as the aggressor, fabricated a pretext for an invasion, and went in. So with what we know from 8 years ago, with what we have seen, you and I both have seen, everyone has seen, with what we have heard 8 years ago, in the ensuing 8 years, and in recent weeks, it seems to me that it should not be outlandish that the Russians may be engaging in this
Okay, fine,
activity
but not
again.
being outlandish doesn't mean that you have any proof that it's happening.
second point-
Or being
the second
planned.
point- the
Hold
second
on,
point-
Ned, you can't just, all of that may very well be true, probably is true, okay? But it doesn't provide any evidence of what you're alleging now, which is that they're planning this fake mass casualty event with quote-unquote crisis actors, which is something that, you know, in the U.S., we rarely hear outside of the kind of, you know, nutty conspiracy theory crowd.
Well, to be clear, we're not alleging what the United States is doing. This is information available to us.
No,
what the
but
Russians
that's-
are up to. I understand your point, but I just want to.
You do? Because, I mean, you're treading into serious waters here. And if you can't provide any evidence other than, well, I said so, and so it's a fact, that's a problem.
Matt, there's a second point. This is derived from intelligence. Intelligence in which we have confidence. In which we have confidence.
The
Otherwise,
same confidence you had in
otherwise,
WMD in
otherwise,
Iraq? I mean, what-
otherwise, we would not be making it public in the way we are. But here's the other point. Intelligence and evidence; these are two separate things. It is
Yeah,
no.
but you're saying it's a fact, and that you have proof, and then you can't offer any proof and to show that it's fact. I'll drop it. But I think we should move on.
Yep.